From Portland International Raceway, Joe Samaniego with the Grid Network. It is that time. It is race weekend, the Pacific Northwest, the Pacific Office Automation 147. Myself, Ben Schneider, will be here covering the full race weekend with the ARCA Menards Series West on Friday and Saturday, the NASCAR Xfinity Cup Series right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and follow all the upcoming programs because it's a special weekend with us at the track. We got a lot of activities going on, so definitely you don't want to miss anything. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our coverage. We have been very excited to be here at the racetrack, and in fact, earlier, Matthew Bro and we got a chance to speak with John Hunter Nemechek about this race weekend.
In fact, I would say one of the championships this season, Portland is the second row year. How important is it for you to have a great race there, especially after the unfortunate circumstances at
I think for us, going into Portland, I've never been to Portland, so it's kind of one of the racetracks that I have to get up to speed pretty fast at. Last year, racing in the rain, I don't think a lot of guys have very good judgment of dry weather conditions either. So not knowing what the weather is going to do, I think that there's a lot of unknowns going into it. But looking forward to coming out to the Northwest and seeing what we can do. I enjoy road course racing, have pretty much my entire career, and to check another racetrack off the list and be able to come out there and race, it's definitely going to be exciting.
Now, one follow-up. After Portland, we do have Sonoma Raceway, so 2 road courses in a row, and then that weekend off for everyone. How important is it to have 2 strong runs in the West Coast swing for you all, and then have that break and that positive momentum?
I definitely think that it's big from the road course standpoint of having 2 in a row and having 2 solid runs. If we can win both of them, that would be great. More or less bringing home a top 5, top 3 finish in both of those races would be strong, and continuing the momentum that we currently have. We've been fast every time that we showed up to the racetrack this year and have been a contender. So keeping that going into the summer off week, and then getting back and going full bore until the end of the season. I definitely think it would be great to end on a high note going into that break.
Absolutely. And I think contender describes your season perfectly, even towards the end of the races and even at the start of the races. You have started every race inside the top 10, I believe, except for Dover, and you've completed every lap except at Talladega. How would you personally, coming back to the Xfinity Series, rate your season so far?
I feel pretty good about where our season is. We've been consistent and been a contender. Wish we had a couple more wins than we do currently, and feel like we may have given 1 or 2 away, but at the same time, it's definitely been a very strong start to the year. So looking forward to continuing through the rest of the year, hopefully having the same momentum and speed that we've had to contend every week and go make a run at this championship.
Now, you did a season in the Cup Series, came back to the trucks, now Xfinity, and even substituted in the Cup Series. How's the experience different after 1 year in the Cup Series and now being in the Xfinity Series?
It's definitely taught me a lot. Being able to run in the Cup Series, I think gives you a different perspective on a lot of different things, on how to maximize certain things, and racing, passing, car setups. There's a lot that goes into the Cup racing side, and it's hard. It's difficult. There's a reason that those guys are the top guys in the sport. But when you come back, and thankful for the opportunity from Toyota and KBM to bring me back to the Truck Series. Now at Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series, kind of revamping and putting myself in a little bit better position to go try and win some Cup races and hopefully Cup championships in the future. But right now, I focus on winning Xfinity races and trying to go win an Xfinity championship.
Absolutely. And you're still young, obviously, as well at 25. So I want to throw it a little bit back going courses, one thing actually you've yet to accomplish in your Xfinity career, even with all your success, is you've yet to finish in the top 10 at a road course. But this season's different. You've had tremendous momentum, you and the whole JGR team. Do you think that statistic can be changed this coming next weekend at Portland?
Yeah, I definitely think so. We had speed at Coda this year before Hemrick took us out. So just one of those things, I guess, that happens. But we have definitely run well on road courses in the past, and seems like for some reason we get caught up in trouble at some point or something happens. So just gotta turn that luck around, as we say, make your own luck when it comes to that, and put ourselves in better position. So looking forward to coming to Portland, trying to get out there and try and go win.
Now, racing has been a big part of your family with your dad, John Nemechek career. Now you're racing, and we're seeing your family at the track. Seeing how the sport has evolved over time, this is NASCAR's 75th season. Does having your family at the track bring back memories of growing up? And in a way, so full circle now that you're the one bringing your family into the NASCAR community, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. I think the first time I went to the racetrack, I was like 2 weeks old or something. And the first time Aspen came to the racetrack, she was 2 weeks old. And we actually won that weekend. So her first at track, we were in Victory Lane. So super neat. But being able to bring family to the racetrack, I mean, NASCAR is a family-driven sport for sure. And being able to drive for family-oriented team and being able to bring my family to the racetrack and just create memories. Being on the playground with her brings back a lot of memories for me growing up at the racetrack, on the playground at different racetracks, and just growing up going to the racetrack with my dad. So it's super neat to kind of share the same memories and create some of those moments with your own kids.
And then a memory for myself, my first ever NASCAR truck series event was 2021, and you found yourself in Victory Lane there. So it's a great experience to be able to talk to you 2 years later. But a little bit, we're talking on the road course kind of thing. So schedules in this sport obviously have changed over time to include stuff like more road courses. Do you think a great performance at Portland and obviously the other road courses later on the season from here on out can help you and others maybe get more attention from Cup teams? I know TRD next season, Legacy 2311, obviously your team with Joe Gibbs Racing. Do you think success here will bring more attention to the talent you guys have at this level?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I don't know if it's necessarily success just at road courses, but success in general. Winning never hurts, that is for sure. So being able to go out and try and win races and put yourself in position to win races, all eyes are on the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series every weekend for sure. So just having good, solid runs, going out, trying to do the best that you can, and success is what drives a lot of decisions in this sport.
John Hunter Nemechek, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
The stage is set. Literally, they're setting up the stage for the two concerts Friday and Saturday after both race days. Big time racing here in the Pacific Northwest with the Xfinity Series and the ARCA Menards Series West. Very exciting weekend. The fans, they're going to be thrilled to see great weather, and this is another one of those big passing opportunities. The final corner, if you could get under or on the outside of a slower car caught up in traffic, great opportunity, especially having down momentum when you get on the front straightaway, the long drag strip up to one of the most treacherous corners, the Shelton Chicane. Right now, I am standing at the Shelton Chicane, formerly known as the Festival Corners. This is a trouble spot. For Sam Mayer last year, got spun around on the opening lap, ruined his race, ruined his day. We talked to Sam about the importance of this and this year's race, considering what happened last year.
Last year, a wet, rainy weekend at Portland. You had early trouble in the start, and then you were out early, pretty much lost the opportunity to race in the rain here. How does you and your team approach the weekend, especially since we've only had one race here under wet conditions?
Yeah, I think for us, we are going to take full opportunity of it hopefully being dry instead of wet. Obviously, I have a road racing background, so I feel comfortable anytime I just show up to a road course with no practice or anything. Obviously, we had a lot of speed, qualified up front last year, got spun on the first corner, and then tried to rally up from there, which obviously on a road course it's hard to do, but I was able to pass, from 28th to 12th in the matter of like 5 or 6 laps. So I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be that fast again. Marty on the box is really good at road courses. We've performed well in the past together, and I look forward to going to road courses at every time that we do have one on the schedule. And this is definitely one that I've circled to get some redemption, that's for sure.
Now, one follow-up. If there's dry conditions this weekend at Portland, how does that change the playing field, and does it make it more even for you and the others?
Yeah, I think we had really good speed in both the wet and dry, so no matter what it really is, it shouldn't be an issue for our speed, especially as an organization. Like, all 4 cars last year were really, really fast. And I think that Josh not having as much road course experience as others, and him still being able to be close to Noah and up front with Justin, that's a really good sign for what the organization has for speed of those tracks. But I think if it's going to be dry conditions, which I do hope so, because I would like to experience that place in the dry. That way I can experience both. But no matter what it is, I'm looking forward to it, and definitely ready for the West Coast swing to happen again.
Now, this is a great passing opportunity for everybody, because this is one of the main passing opportunities you're going to see. This is why you're going to see a lot of aggressive driving. We've seen in other series, such as Indy cars, where a driver sends it on the inside, can't make the brakes, and ends up colliding with somebody else. The other passing opportunity, the end of the long back straightaway, that backstretch, perfect opportunity to try to outbrake the other driver ahead of you, pick up the position with a quick left, right, up to the main straightaway. So a lot of action could occur right here, and it could all set up from that last corner, drag race down the front stretch, which is a drag strip during the normal times of the year, and all the way to the Shelton chicane. Be sure to watch the action right here. I'm standing right here in pit road. Traditionally, on most weekends, we'll say how important it is to have good, clean, fast pit stops. You want to avoid the penalties. But remember, this is a standalone race weekend for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, so we don't have those competitive stops. Instead, we have where everyone comes in, get a change of tires, adjustment changes. You can't gain or lose positions. So this is going to make qualifying very important for all the drivers. Here what some of the drivers had to say about no competitive pit stops.
Yeah, it's 100% a bigger deal to qualify up front. Like, having that track position, being up front in the top 5, that is the key to success here, especially because it's a standalone event. Even if we did have the competitive stops, track position would still be really important because it's hard to pass here. So such long straightaways with heavy braking zones, but they don't really follow each other back to back, so it's really hard to get a real run. So having track position, being able to keep it is definitely important, because obviously, like you said, no competitive stops.
Here's what Sammy Smith had to tell us about the race weekend in Portland.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think obviously those guys are really good, and they were able to beat me at COTA, so I feel like we learned a lot with what I can do and what we can do with our cars. So to go to Portland, I'm pretty excited to get there, and to have 2 road courses back to back with Portland and Sonoma. I'm really looking forward to it.
So be sure to subscribe to the Grid Network right here on YouTube. See who makes their name right here at the Pacific Office Automation 147 Saturday. And of course, be sure to follow the Grid Ranking, gridranking.com. There, Matthew Bro will write an article about this race at Portland. And of course, Ben Schneider will be here as well. We're going to have ARCA West coverage as well. A busy weekend. And once again, thank you for watching and enjoy the races. Thank you for watching us right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos, including Life on the Grid, where we interview folks from the motorsports industry. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.